In Port Said and other cities across Egypt, anti-government forces are calling for secession. President Mohamed Morsi imposed a state of emergency in some areas of unrest, while the army chief warned the state could collapse. These are chaotic days for Egypt, which recently marked 2 years since a revolution brought one system to an end. But the new one, a government dominated by the Islamists of the Muslim Brotherhood, is being met with fierce resistance. Political analyst Mustafa Al-Labad is among those who accuse the Brotherhood of overreaching.
Muslim Brotherhood, after 84 years, is willing to take over not only the political system but the whole Egyptian state. They're geared to exclude others and to take everything.
Amr Darag, a senior official with the Brotherhood's political wing, dismisses the idea.
Some are trying to make things look as if this is a confrontation between Muslim Brotherhood and the rest of the Egyptian people. It is not like that. It is not. And if it was, this would have meant that the rest of the Egyptian people are thugs and use violence, which is not the case.
Darag blames the violence on a small number of violent criminals who are burning public property and scaring away foreigners. Opposition leaders say discontent goes much further. They argue a lack of economic improvement and social justice warrants a new national unity government. Political analyst Labad.
The president should commit himself to have a real dialogue with the opposition, not a dialogue where people are gathering with no specific agenda, with no commitment.
But the political transition is not complete. There's been a presidential election, but Egyptians must still choose a new parliament. Many are wary of that process, especially after Mr. Morsi pushed through a controversial new constitution.
But I don't see that it's
Publisher Rania Al-Malki believes the opposition needs a strategy beyond protest.
You have to be part of that institution. Otherwise, you won't have a voice, and you're always going to have to depend on the popular anger of disaffected youth to further your own political agenda.
At this point, it appears some of Egypt's new insiders wouldn't mind sharing responsibility and blame.
Everybody has to share his part in the responsibility. I believe the president is trying to do his best. Of course, he made mistakes, but definitely. I mean, he was never a president before, so he's also on the learning curve.
That stance could be a sign that perhaps some sort of reconciliation, however tentative, may be in the works. Elizabeth Arrott, VOA News, Cairo.